This is a Coachman Amara 534. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, we've got a jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle with your gas bottle tie down around it. You can carry a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles on the van at any point. Then you've got your gas regulator on the bulkhead and your gas pipe work coming down to the bottle. It is a reverse thread fitment that goes into the front of the bottle itself, so you need to turn it the opposite way to a standard bottle cap, for instance, to release the pipe work from the bottle. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your battery box, so you open it up and you've got your 100 leisure battery in here and your mains power lead coming in from the power on site. Down below that, you've got your wind down leg to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. They're only there for stabilising the caravan, not lifting the caravan. Going further down the side of the van, you've got your two fridge vents. Two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. Behind the top cover, you'll also find a gas flue for gas. Motor mover and wheel nut. Torque the wheel nuts prior to you leaving site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover. Power touch plastic on this particular van, so we'll demonstrate that to you also. On this van, you've also then got 3 water outlets. So you've got one here. That's for where the fresh water goes into the caravan, so that's what comes out down the side here. And also that is for the wastewater that comes through the van. You've then got a storage locker for underneath the seat, underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. Water pump connection, very simple to use. You've got the pump that goes into the side of the van. Press down the blue trigger and remove the pump, and the same to connect it to the side of the van. You've then got your pickup pipe that drops down inside the act roll, and it needs to be fully submerged in water, the pump itself, before you try and turn the water pump on. You've then got your heating and hot water flue. You remove the cover off the side of the van here. I'll show you that when you're here. You have to unclip it from the bottom and pull it off, but it's very simple to do, and you have to remove that prior to igniting anything on gas inside the caravan. Coming to the back of the van, you've got 2 more grey waste outlets. They're the ones for the bathroom, and then again you've got your 2 wind down legs at the rear to stabilise the van while it's on site. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your toilet flush tank. So you need to fill this with 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Then in the bottom, I'm just going to grab the keys for that. You've then got the toilet waste cassette at the bottom, so you pull up the yellow handle at the bottom and pull the cassette towards you. The grey neck here turns out 90 degrees, so you can tip the waste away. The yellow cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got a yellow pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You'll need to put 1 litre of water in this cassette and a cap full of the blue fluid. Coming down towards the front of the caravan, you've got a 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning, and a barbecue gas point also. So as you can see, we're now on the inside of the caravan. When you initially come into the caravan, you're going to have no power on, so you're going to need to turn your master power on. You've then got your internal lights, your awning lights, and your voltmeter for the battery on board the caravan, as you can see here. You've also then got your water pump switch, which I'm going to come back to in a moment. I'll show you how that works in just a few minutes. First thing you need to do is open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. Now I've already done the bleeding, I've already bled the water system already. So you're going to open the tap up here on the hot side. And as you see, there's water already in the system. Then you're going to come underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. Underneath this bed at the rear of the caravan, you're going to find the hot water tank for the caravan itself. Now down here as well, you should find 2 yellow valves. These 2 yellow valves are the drain down valves for the water system on board the caravan. So you're going to need both of these valves flat with the floor prior to turning the water pump on. If they are not flat with the floor prior to turning the water pump on, all of the water you try to put in the system on board the van will drain out onto the floor underneath. So flat with the floor prior to turning the water system on. Once them valves are flat, we've got the taps open ready to fill the system. We're going to come over to the top of over to the water pump and turn the water pump on. Now, like I said, you need to make sure that act roll is completely full on the outside, because it's going to start drawing the water up into the van. You need to make sure that pump is fully submerged. Once you have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, we're going to shut all of the taps back off, and that is the water system filled, and you're ready to start warming the water on electric. So now we've got that water system full. So if you want to warm the water on electric, you have a power switch just down on the side of the bed here. So you turn this switch on and the red light will appear. The red light comes on, and that means your water heater is warming up on mains electric. To turn the water heater off on electric, you just turn the switch back off and the light will go off, but that is only when you're on mains power. Next to that, you have your option to run gas for your water heating. You have a grey dial here. You spin around to the grey to the flame symbol. This little tab points towards a flame symbol. Then you can control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees on gas. The green light in the back here indicates it is ignited on gas, and if it fails to ignite on gas, which hopefully in a second should appear, there should be a red light that appears to say it failed to ignite. So you keep an eye on it for about 5 to 10 seconds to make sure the green light stays lit. You would need to make sure that cover is fully removed on the outside of the caravan prior to igniting anything on gas. Like I said, you do use the gas water heating as a boost for when you're showering on board the caravan also. And if you want to isolate the gas supply, you spin it back to the off position on the right hand side here. The electric heating on board the caravan is very simple to use. So up on the wall, just here, you have a dial that has 500, 1000 or 2000 watts down the side. Now you'd need to select the relevant power source down the side here for the caravan site you're on. It works very much the same as that gas switch. I know you can't quite see the numbers at the moment on the side there, but when you have got it turned on, the green light will appear to say it is working, and then you can control the temperature of the electric heating on the dial here between 1 and 9. Obviously the higher you go with this dial, the hotter the heating itself will be. You would select the most relevant power source on the side here for the caravan site you're on. So if you're not sure what to set it to, ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday, and they'll be more than happy to advise of what they suggest. So that's your heating and hot water on gas and electric, and then your heating on electric with the dials and switches. On top of the heater itself, you actually have the option for running the heater on gas. So you spin this dial on the right hand side, round between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter at the same time. Once it is ignited on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater. And once you see the pilot light, you'll need to continue to hold down the gas valve for 5 to 10 seconds. And once it's fully ignited, you slowly release the gas valve, then control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top. You spin the dial back to the off position to isolate the gas supplied to the heater. On the left hand side top of the heater, you have your option to run blown air. So the blown air heating in the caravan works very similar to what your heating would in your car. So around the caravan you have the little vents, as you can see above that cabinet at the, below the drawers there. The dot in the centre indicates the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. Continuous blown air will allow cool air to come out the vents around the caravan if the heating is not turned on, and it will also allow, if the heating's on, for it to blow the warm air around the van. You can control the fan speed with the dial on top, so you need to have it on the wave symbol, then control the fan speed on top. The A on the right hand side is automatic blown air, so essentially the thermostat will control the blown air system and it will cut in and out as it is needed rather than stay on continuously. You can still control the fan speed with the dial on top. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. You've got a power button on the front, so you turn the fridge on. At the moment, as you can see, we're trying to run the fridge on mains. You can control the temperature of the fridge on mains with the button on the right hand side here, and the more amount of bars you have lit up, the colder the fridge will be. You can also run the fridge on other power sources, so you've got 12 volt mode, and it's not the 12 volt supply from the caravan itself, it's the 12 volt supply from the car you are towing with. So you need to connect up to the car. You do not need to have the control panel turned on above the door, that can be turned off. Come inside, turn the fridge on with the power button, and if this light goes solid blue here and you have no 10 and a spanner symbol here, essentially at the moment it's telling me there's no power source because we have no car connected, it will go solid blue and the fridge will start acting as a cool box. It is not a fridge and it will only work if you have the correct connection on your car. You then have the option of gas, so we can select the gas mode. The fridge will self-ignite on gas as long as the gas is turned on. And then you can control the fridge, again temperature wise, with the button on the right hand side here. If the fridge fails to ignite on gas, it's going to flash the blue warning light at the bottom here. It's going to bring up a 9 and a spanner symbol on the right hand side of the screen here. To turn the fridge off, you'll press and hold the power button and it will turn the fridge back off. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, the same as the microwave up above. No differences at all there, and you have your igniter on the front as you'd expect to see. Coming through into the bathroom now, and the last thing we go through is the toilet system. The toilet has a pump flush on it, so you pump up and down with the handle here to flush the toilet system. You then have a toilet full indicator light that's going to illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, so you can turn the toilet seat through different angles to make it easier to use, but when you're removing the toilet waste cassette, it needs to be back in the straight on position as it is now. Then below the front of the toilet on the far side, you can't quite see it from here, but there's actually a grey handle. That grey handle needs to be pulled towards the shower area itself to allow the toilet waste into the cassette, and it needs to be pushed towards the wall on the far side of the back of the caravan to allow you to remove the toilet waste cassette from the side of the van. If you don't do this, you'll potentially damage the toilet waste cassette itself. So this is the Coachman Amara at 534. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.